Happy Mother's Day to all my mommies out there. I have a message for you, and this collective is very intuitive, and your spiritual gifts seem to be really heightened. When I'm looking at these cards, I'm like, ooh, there's something so... Okay, so there's the Ace of Cups, but look how similar these cards. The colors are very similar. The moon, which represents intuitions and a cycle in your life, but I feel like you can see in the dark. That's the way the message comes through. You can see. And right now you are moving through a transition. You're moving away from something that has created conflict internally or externally. You're in this place of movement, but it's not like a fast movement. It feels like integration. It really does. So it might be like the spiritual movement. But right now, it feels like you are allowing your intuition to guide you through this next journey in your life. And you're coming from a place where you felt you were at a crossroads and you had a decision to make. And you lean on your intuition because you trust yourself fully. And you are like the collective where you can see things better, like spiritually, than you can with your physical eye. Does that make sense? Also, you're no longer at a crossroads, but I also feel like with these energies that you're moving quietly through something. It's almost in this like secretive kind of way. So this could be like something you're really integrating and processing, but you're keeping it to yourself. But I also see you in this like movement. You're in a place where you're creating through healing. You seem to be very open spiritually. And right now, everything seems really heightened, but I am seeing temperance, which makes me feel like you need to make sure that you're grounding your energy and creating a balance with your spiritual and your material world. I also feel like you can feel something coming in for you. And it could also be something that you are calling in. But the Seven of Cups is like you've got decisions to make and you have a lot of opportunities sitting in front of you. And if it hasn't shown up yet, this feels like stuff that's like coming in that you can feel. And it also feels like you're moving out of a darker period and moving through a lot of like healing work, which is actually, it's that creating through healing. So you could even be doing something creatively to help you heal, but you're in this place of completely surrendering, going with the flow instead of doing what you used to always do, which was try to go against it. It feels like you're really coming into alignment and trying to find this nice balance in your life. And you are just going where you feel guided, which is putting you on a completely new path. And some of the things that you've been manifesting are either like right here and you're living it and you're starting to see it, or it will slowly be showing up for you. And then one day you're like, oh my God, I'm sitting in this manifestation that I created a while ago. I love this. I hope you guys have a magical day. This collective is no longer feeling stuck. You no longer feel like you are at a crossroads in your life, and you want to know why? It's because you finally chose yourself and you have reclaimed your power. You know what's so interesting about this energy that I'm picking up from you, and it's 10-10, which means you've completed something and you're starting something new. You're carrying that energy of one. New beginnings and creating something differently for you. But the interesting part that I was picking up is this is not a loud claiming of your power. You're not verbally like standing in the middle of the road with your fist up in the air like, I claim my power back. I call my power back to me. It's, I don't know if you heard that. I think that was Madeline. She can be so loud sometimes. And excuse me, I am coming down with a cold. So anyhow, I feel like Phoebe from Friends when she has a cold and she's singing and she's like, bye-bye, babies. Anyhow, it's through your actions. This is how you are choosing yourself and reclaiming your power. It's through the decisions that you've recently made, the decisions that you are continuing to make for yourself, and the actions, the intentions that you are putting towards your life. You're embodying this fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It doesn't have to be anything to do with your birth chart. I feel like there's still a lot of planets in Aries right now currently, but you're going through a rebirth, and the energy is manifesting its passion, its ambition, its motivation, its inspiration. You're feeling inspired to do things differently for yourself, which is creating a lot of changes coming into your life. And I want to talk a little bit about this Phoenix rising. You've had to burn literally everything to the ground. It's like a tower moment on steroids. Everything had to collapse internally and externally, especially when it comes to how you relate to yourself, your core beliefs, and to others, even down to money, family, career, work, your creative side, all of it. Everything had to be unlearned. And in that darkness, because with the Phoenix rising, you went through a dark night of the soul, and you did a lot of healing. And I'm so sorry, I'm so distracted by someone walking by. I don't even know what that person had on, but anyhow, I digress. You had to go through this dark night of the soul. You healed. You spent a lot of time alone. You had to peel back all of the layers. You had to navigate through all of the darkness, and you have found your light. There's no going back to the way things used to be. There's no going back to who you used to be, because that version of you is dead. It's deceased. It no longer exists. And you are rising in this new version of yourself. You are empowered. You are taking flight. You're entering into a new timeline where you actually feel passionate about where you're going. I got the chills all over when I said that. And I think that's really important, because it feels like you've been living in the mundane and just going through the motions, and all of that changed. You had to lose a lot. You had to leave a lot behind. But in this energy, you're really feeling reborn. I love you guys. I'm so proud of this energy that you're embodying today. If you're looking for a personal session with me, you can book through mysticmolly1111.com. Bye-bye, my love muffins, and I hope you have a magical day.